поблагодарить.
I want to thank all of you. This is truly the result of our joint teamwork. The kind of rapid development we are now observing simply would not have happened otherwise. We see that the Far East is developing at an accelerated pace. In recent years, significant industrial and infrastructure projects have been created, fundamentally transforming the federal district, its economy, and social sphere. Today, new facilities have also been opened, including the Multimodal Logistics Center Artyom, the terminal of Khabarovsk International Airport, the first building of the Innovation Science and Technology Center, and others. I want to stress, the accelerated development of the Far East is undoubtedly our national priority. We must continue to build up this growth, maximize competitive advantages, and realize the potential of the Far Eastern Federal District. Our task is to provide the region's economic development with the necessary resources, including energy. Some time ago, an order was given to prepare a program for developing energy capacities in the Far East up to 2050 and to identify funding sources. Today, I would like to hear what has been done and what problems remain. Among the key priorities is stable gas supply for all regions of the district. According to the Ministry of Energy, in the coming years, demand for natural gas in the Far East is expected to multiply. We can already see signs of shortages in the region. Supplying new enterprises can sometimes be difficult. These issues must be resolved as a top priority, considering not only rising domestic demand for gas but also our growing export commitments. In the future, one of the main sources of gas supply for the Far East should be the Yuzhno-Kirinskoye field on the Sakhalin Shelf. I would like to know the current situation regarding its launch. Another important issue is the development of gas transportation infrastructure in the Far East. These are objectively costly projects. At the same time, the region has significant coal reserves, something we recalled during today's earlier meeting. Therefore, I believe it is appropriate to assess the potential for expanding coal-based generation in the Far East, of course, only where it is economically justified and rational, with the use of modern technologies and strict adherence to environmental standards. Estimates suggest that coal reserves in the region could last hundreds of years, up to 900 years. With such resources, it makes sense to carefully consider how best to use them. As for electricity development, over the past 10 years, electricity consumption here has grown by 28%. Across Russia as a whole, growth was 14%, that is, twice less. This is an important indicator of real economic dynamics. Currently, there are no acute shortages in generating capacity. However, core assets are wearing out, and electricity supplies to consumers often come from different, sometimes technologically isolated, systems. It is evident that we need to actively build new power generation facilities in the district and modernize existing ones, clearly coordinating stages and timelines. It is also important to further develop hydropower in the Far East, as it is both efficient and environmentally clean. The region's hydropower potential is enormous, but still clearly underutilized. Hydroelectric power plants not only ensure reliable energy supply but also provide broader benefits, such as water supply and flood control, which are critical for the Far East. We must carefully work through the construction of large hydropower projects and secure their financing. I emphasize, this is necessary not only for energy supply but also for preserving and developing the professional expertise of our hydroengineering school, which our country has always been proud of. In addition, our strong traditional field of nuclear energy is also actively developing in the Far East. Plans include the construction of the Primorsk and Khabarovsk nuclear power plants. Small-scale nuclear projects are also being implemented, including the Yakutsk and Chukotka small modular nuclear plants. Another floating nuclear power plant is planned, which will supply energy to the Bay mining and processing plant in Chukotka. I want to stress that nuclear power projects can rightfully be categorized as green energy, with virtually zero carbon footprint. We must continue to advance in this promising field, and today I count on hearing your views and proposals on this matter. Finally, I want to draw attention to the power grid system. With rising energy consumption, the load on the networks is increasing, and delays in modernization are unacceptable. We cannot allow the situation to worsen until we face emergencies and then urgently seek funds from the Ministry of Finance. This work must be done systematically, in a planned manner. Today, let us also have a focused discussion on this topic.
Проекты строительства крупных